Scalzo, Zogby, and Wittig, Raymore and Flanagan, and Martin, Harding, and Mazzotti.
Coming up aboard the Express, another big weekend for the UC men's hockey team as the Pioneers chase their second consecutive conference title.
Plus, the Comets hosted the Hershey Bears for the first time this season. Utica looking to get back in the win column after 3 straight losses.
But first, it is time for tonight's big game. Time to go dancing. We go to a packed Scott Fieldhouse on the campus of Hamilton College as the Continentals host Penn State Barron in the first round of the Division III NCAA tournament.
First half after the Lions start out on an 8-0 run, Hamilton is within 3. Sayo Denyola with the crossover and takes it right down Broadway, chasing off the glass. Hamilton within 1.
Got to give props where props are due. With Barron up 4, Kenny Foucan with the beautiful reverse layup, and the Lions are up by 6 late in the half.
Final minute of the first, Continentals with a crowd pleaser. Spencer Kendall with the 2-handed slam. Fans loving that one. How could you not?
Yeah, I'm loving that too. Next possession, it's Kenna Gilmore to chance of MVP. Drives through the defense and scoops it in. Hamilton would end the half down 35-27.
Gilmore ended the first half and he starts the second. Goes baseline and puts in the reverse. He led the way with a game-high 26 points.
Continentals getting scoring from all over though. Off the inbound, Peter Hoffman drives, spins, goes up and under for the bucket. Hamilton would trail by as many as 11 late, but they came back, taking their first lead of the game with just 1:35 left. They held off the Lions to escape with a 72-70 victory. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sports Express. Epic night at Hamilton College. Huge comeback victory for the Continentals, and they will take on Moravian tomorrow night at Scott Fieldhouse at 7 in the second round.
Yeah, Coach Stockwell said earlier when we talked to him that the experience will help them in the NCAA tournament. I think that's what he was talking about right there. They were out of it, but they're never really out of it, I think is what he was trying to say.
Exactly.
All right, so we're going to switch gears. The Utica Comets battled against the Hershey Bears for the first time this season. Yeah,
the Comets looking to snap a 3-game losing skid as they welcome the Bears to the Adirondack Bank Center.
After a scoreless first, we'll go to the second frame. Stanley Cup champion Devontae Smith-Pelly rushing up the wing finds Liam O'Brien for the one-timer. Bears on top, 1-0.
Later in the stanza, Comets on the power play. Reed Boucher puts the puck on net, goes wide, but Zach McEwen tips it in, and Utica is on the board. It's a 1-1 contest.
Now, I had to come back to the station to get the show ready for you, but these were some sick goals right here we missed. Final period, Bears with a 2-1 lead. Boucher from the circle rips a twisted wrister. Not even sure how that went in from that angle. And with that, Boucher again breaks the Comet single-season record for goals.
Knotted up at 2 after regulation, Cam Darcy gets a step on his defender, cuts to the crease, and toe drags it, flipping it up and over the goalie. Ridiculous goal from the man they call Darce. And the Comets get a big 3-2 win.
Well, it's really good. It's good for our group to, over the last week, we've had a lot of changes. Well, we've had a lot of changes over the last couple of weeks, and injuries and sickness, etc. So it's nice for our guys to be able to have something that they can believe in. Kind of again, feel like if we have a chance to win a game, that Reed is one of our best weapons in the arsenal, and I thought Zach McEwen had a good game tonight along with Darce. So it was a evening where I couldn't get enough ice time for those guys. Darce has got that deceiving speed, and he skates so well, and he kind of glides along there. So he's been working on some stuff in practice, actually. There's some 2-on-1s and stuff, and he looked good. Good finish for him tonight.
Huge. I mean, at this point in the season, I think every point is huge, especially with how close it is in our division right now. And I think we always know that in the back of our heads, so we don't try to think about it too much during the game, but it's always there. As soon as I got it, I looked up, I saw Barber was a forward and he was playing defense, and I just thought he was out there for a little bit, so I figured I'd just see if I could take it to the net, and it worked out. I think the first we were almost kind of weathering a storm, it seemed like, playing a lot of D-zone. We just said in between periods we just got to work on getting clean breakouts so we can get into their end and play in their end.
All right, I want to know what was going on behind the camera that made Darcy smile like that at the end. Some devious stuff going on. The Colgate women's hockey team hosted Harvard in Game 1 of the ECAC quarterfinals. The Crimson came out on top 5-2 to take a 1-0 series lead. Game 2 of the best of 3 will be at the Class of 1965 Arena in Hamilton tomorrow afternoon at 3.
On the men's side, Colgate was on the road tonight, taking on the 13th ranked Clarkson. Now the Golden Knights rattled off 3 goals in the third to defeat the Raiders 3-2. Colgate rounds out their regular season tomorrow at St. Lawrence, and that's at 7.
On the hardwood, Morrisville State also in the big dance in D3, taking on Randolph-Macon in the first round, but the Mustangs end their season with a 95-70 loss to the Yellow Jackets.
In women's hoops, the Hawks came close but could not overcome a 7-point fourth quarter deficit to Emmanuel College in the first round of the NCAA tournament, ultimately falling 69-65. And the SUNY Poly Wildcats also lost in the first round of the tournament. A valiant effort by SUNY Poly, but their run comes to a close with a 10-point loss to Ithaca College.
Well, congrats on the great seasons to all of those teams. I think this was the most local college teams we've had this late in the season.
Yeah, even high school, it just seems like everyone's in the playoffs, which is great,
Yeah.
but I'm like, can we spread it out a little more?
Yeah, it's all in one day.
But yeah, congrats to everyone on a great season.
Absolutely. That'll do it for the first period here on Sports Express. Plenty more still coming your way.
Yeah, after the break, they pinned down the competition all year long and have even more hardware to show for it. It's a special team edition of Athlete of the Week next.
Athlete of the Week, brought to you by Scalzo, Zogby and Wittig, Raymore and Flanagan, and Martin Harding and Mazzotti.
Welcome back to Sports Express. It's time now to unveil our latest Athletes of the Week.
We don't just have one athlete, we have an entire team with another Section 3 Class B title and a strong showing in the state tournament. It's impossible to pick just one from this squad.
The Central Valley Academy boys wrestling team has been the very definition of dominance this year, with a 2-time state champ on the squad. Hunter Schott was already the winningest wrestler in Thunder history. Now the senior is the program's first wrestler with 2 state championships.
First, it feels amazing. I've been working for this my whole life, but I couldn't have done it without the help from all my team. I got great teammates, great coaches, great support at home, and just the community. It feels good to have everyone behind you, and I'm very proud of how everyone else wrestled besides myself at the state tournament. We had 2/3, a kid that got 7th and 8th, and a very young kid who got 6th, so it was a good weekend for us.
Well, I think it definitely sets the bar high, so anybody that wants to do what Hunter did is going to have to wrestle real hard in the off season and everything else. Very proud of Hunter. We got kids coming back. 4 of the kids that were at the States this year are coming back next year, and we have another boy that almost made the States. So we got some good kids coming up, and hopefully they can reach that bar.
The Thunder also had 2 third-place wrestlers, Mason and Merrick Bush, and 8th grader 6 Cook took home 6th place, so the future is definitely bright. The team itself came up just short of its bid for a 3rd straight Division II team title, finishing behind Tioga in 2nd place. Year after year, CVA is a force to be reckoned with on the mat, and it takes a lot of hard work and dedication.
It means a lot. It's much easier to come to practice every day knowing that you have such a close bond with all the kids in the wrestling room. It's really cool to see us on top every year.
We got nice coaches like Mr. Bush himself. Everyone's always on our cases about coming to practice. That's all it is. You gotta just come in here and just practice.
I think it's just we're like a family, so we all support each other. We get on top of each other if one of us is slacking, or we break each other's chops a little bit, but we're a family, and I think that's what keeps us together and motivates us.
The big thing is a lot of off-season wrestling. That's very important. The other thing is you got to surround yourself with great coaches, and I have great assistants that work very hard every day in practice, and I think that's a big difference.
If you know of a high school athlete who deserves to be Athlete of the Week, we have 1 week left.
So get those nominations in.
Get them in. There's our contact info. As always, if you're a coach, athletic director, parent, teammate, just send us who you would like to be nominated and why. Give us some stats and a story, and we'll give you a shot. All featured athletes will receive a plaque courtesy of CNY Awards and Apparel. That'll sound the metaphorical horn, leading us into our second intermission here on Sports Express.
Coming up next, the Utica College men's hockey team gears up for its second straight UCHC final. Hear from head coach Gary Heenan before the big weekend against Manhattanville.
This is Sports Express, brought to you by Scalzo, Zogby and Wittig, Raymore and Flanagan, and Martin, Harding and Mazzotti.
Welcome back aboard the Express. The Utica College men's hockey team is on the hunt for their second straight postseason title in program history.
Yeah, a series win over Manhattanville this weekend will not only crown the Pioneers UCHC champs, but also earn them an automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. And if you were there last year, you know that's huge.
Finally, about time. The Pioneers are chasing a second consecutive UCHC title and their second title in school history. The Pioneers have appeared in the conference championship matchup for 4 years in a row, and this will be the third straight year that the title will be settled at the Aud.
Home ice advantage is huge.
Certainly.
In addition, the UCHC is now an automatic qualifier conference for the NCAA tournament, and the winner of this weekend series will advance. Now, an NCAA appearance would be the first since Utica's run in 2013, and this would be the first time for the Pioneers are playing for an automatic bid.
Yeah, I think the guys returning are telling the guys it's going to be pandemonium in the rink and a chance to have the banner presented. You know, all those things are just special moments. A lot of alumni coming back to see it. But we got 2 games to play. You know, we got to win these hockey games. We're a little banged up right now. We're going to ask younger guys to step up into key roles. And so it's that time of year. You got a little adversity, and we're going to have to answer the bell. Back-to-back, you know, regular season championships, host the conference tournament, and get to the finals. It speaks to the quality of education. Certainly the barn, you know, the fans have been unbelievable. There's a reason we're attracting a better student athlete than a lot of schools. So now it's time to, hey, we got to get it done.
Puck drop between the Valiants and the Pioneers for Game 1 is set for 7 p.m. tomorrow night at the Adirondack Bank Center. Game 2 will be Sunday at 2.
All right, more big games coming up tomorrow. We have 2 local teams competing in the NJCAA Region 3 semifinals. Up first, the host Generals take on Corning at 2. Then following that game, the MVCC Hawkeyes battle Fulton Montgomery, possibly setting up a meeting between the crosstown rivals in the final. That'll be fun.
That would be nuts.
Yes, and the Comets are back in action. Utica traveling to Lehigh Valley for a tilt against the Phantoms. Puck drop is at 7.
And again, the Utica College game tomorrow night, it's a 2-game series. So the way it works out is that they play 2 games. And if there needs to be a deciding, if each team wins a game or whatever, then they play a 20-minute mini game, and the winner of that moves on. So, or will win. Yeah, moves on. They move on.
Well, they move on, yeah.
All right. Plenty of stuff going on tomorrow. Be sure to tune in. That's it for us. We'll see you back here next Friday for the season finale of Sports Express.